Tonight, when you need a menstrual product, you walk into a store or open a cabinet. You choose from sterile, mass-produced items designed specifically for comfort, hygiene, and leak prevention. You don't think twice about where they came from or how they were made. 2,000 years ago, in the heart of the Roman Empire, a woman faced the exact same biological reality every single month. But she had no modern stores, no prepackaged synthetic materials, and no synthetic adhesives. So what does she actually do? If you look through surviving Roman medical texts written by famous doctors like Galen or Serranus, you quickly notice a striking pattern. They wrote extensively about menstruation, but almost entirely from a theoretical perspective. They debated whether period blood was a toxic waste product the body needed to expel, or a vital fluid that maintained a woman's internal balance. What they rarely bothered to document was the practical, day-to-day routine of handling it. To ancient male writers, the actual mechanics of menstrual hygiene were considered mundane domestic business, unworthy of formal record. But by combining archaeological finds, surviving household inventory lists, and references scattered throughout Roman satire and poetry, a remarkably clear picture emerges of how Roman women managed their cycles. The answer depended almost entirely on who you were in Roman society. For an elite patrician woman living in a villa on the Palatine Hill, a period was managed through labor and access to premium materials. Roman women of means used soft, natural absorbents. The most common solution was unspun, raw sheep's wool. Unlike modern processed wool, raw wool retains a natural coating of lanolin, a soft, water-repellent wax produced by sheep. When cleaned and rolled, soft wool provided a soft, naturally water-resistant barrier that could absorb fluid while helping to prevent immediate leaks. In some cases, elite women used soft linen rags, carefully folded into layers. Fine linen was expensive, highly prized, and far more comfortable against the skin than rougher textiles. To keep these materials in place, Roman women did not rely on modern undergarments. Standard Roman clothing consisted of tunics and stola dresses, worn without close-fitting underwear like modern shorts or briefs. Instead, women secured folded linen or wool pads using soft leather bands or linen girdles tied securely around the waist and lower hips. For the average Roman women, the working class, enslaved women, or those living in overcrowded insula apartments, fine linen and soft wool were luxuries reserved for outerwear. Instead, ordinary women relied on scrap fabric. Old, worn-out clothing, coarse wool garments, and household rags were cut down into small rectangular strips. These rags were folded, used, washed, and reused for years until the fabric literally fell apart. This created an inescapable burden: constant washing. Without indoor plumbing in most homes, cleaning blood-stained rags required carrying water from public fountains, scrubbing textiles by hand using harsh alkaline cleansers like wood ash or stale urine, and hanging them to dry. In a world before modern detergents, keeping reusable period rags truly clean was an exhausting, endless chore. Did the Romans have internal protection? Medical texts reveal that Roman physicians were well acquainted with internal tampons, but they were almost exclusively used as medical delivery systems rather than everyday hygiene products. Doctors described fashioning small rolls of soft lint, wool, or papyrus wrapped in cloth soaked in oils, herbs, or astringents to treat uterine ailments or encourage healing. While these medical plugs existed, most women relied on external cloth and wool wraps for daily cycle management. Beyond the physical mechanics, Roman women had to navigate deep social attitudes surrounding menstruation. Roman society held complex, contradictory views about period blood. On one hand, regular menstruation was viewed by doctors as the ultimate sign of health and fertility. If a woman stopped menstruating, Roman physicians grew deeply concerned, prescribing harsh herbal concoctions to force the body back into its natural rhythm. On the other hand, popular culture viewed period blood with intense suspicion. Writers like Pliny the Elder recorded widespread superstitions, claiming that a menstruating woman could turn wine sour, dull steel blades, kill beehives, and ruin crops just by walking past them. Though these extreme claims were folklore rather than everyday law, they reflected a broader cultural anxiety. Menstruation was treated as a powerful, unpredictable force. Women were expected to manage their cycles quietly, discreetly, and completely out of public view. If a leak occurred in public or if blood stained a white wool tunic, it was considered a humiliating social failure. To combat leaks and odor, women relied on scented oils, perfumed resins, and heavy wool outer cloaks to conceal any accidental marks. They adjusted their daily movements, avoiding public baths during heavy flow days, not because of strict legal bans, but because public pools were shared spaces with no circulating filtration systems. What is most remarkable about Roman menstrual care is not how different it was from modern life, but how resourceful women were with the tools available to them. Without modern manufacturing, chemical absorbents, or modern plumbing, Roman women built an effective, hidden system of self-care out of raw wool, linen strips, leather ties, and daily ingenuity. They navigated harsh social stigmas and physical discomfort while keeping the ancient world moving forward. Every time you flip a light switch, turn on a faucet, or open a fresh package of hygiene products, it's easy to forget the long line of women who came before us. For centuries, Roman women faced the exact same monthly reality, armed with nothing more than folded cloth, raw wool, and the quiet determination to survive another day in the empire.